Well, I'm retiring. Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to yet another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Colorado Avalanche's final game of their season, and my friend Gavin is going to be talking about the Vegas Golden Knights maybe
their to the Stanley Cup.
He was fortunately coming over to my house today, so we just decided to make this video together. So Gavin, if you want to introduce yourself to the channel.
Gavin. I am born in Vegas, and that's why I am a Vegas fan. So I was very pumped, screaming very loud last night. It was very fun, and I trash talked quite a bit of people.
So yeah, me and Gavin were texting a lot last night. We were talking about the game, and I made big steps this year. I did not cry after the Avs lost. Big steps. I was actually really frustrated. I probably almost broke something, but it's sad that this series is over for the Avs because they won the President's Trophy. They were a good team, and nobody could take that away from them. They just weren't good enough. So we're just going to be talking about the Avs season and this game and the Vegas Golden Knights season and how we think they're going to fare to the rest of the league. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Gavin, you want to talk about your thoughts on the game?
I thought it was a very good game by both teams, but I feel like Grubauer could have stepped up more in this game. But that doesn't discount how good of a series he had. He had an amazing series. This series would have been done in 5 if it wasn't for him. So it was a good series.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that. The series would have been done in 5 if it weren't for Phil Grubauer. But he did have a terrible game last night. There was 2 bad goals, and not counting the empty netter, that would have been a 3-3 game going into overtime, which has been very, very fun to watch. This is a really enjoyable game for me to watch, for really all hockey fans to watch, because it's very high-paced, lots of speed, lots of skill, and at least good goaltending on one end. It's the 2 best teams in the NHL, and it's not really that close. So now we'll just go into the thoughts on how we think Vegas is going to do in the rest of the playoffs. So, Gavin?
Okay, I think Vegas has a good chance of making it far. If our fourth line and Marc-Andre Fleury keep stepping up. Our fourth line was playing amazing last game, and you saw what they could do. If our fourth line scores 2 goals a game, that says something. And I don't think teams will be able to handle that. If our fourth line is scoring, and also our top 3 lines are putting a whole bunch of pressure on scoring, and Fleury's playing amazing on the chances he has to stop.
Yeah, that's very true. I think if the Vegas Golden Knights and the Colorado Avalanche were in separate conferences, they would have been in the Stanley Cup final this year.
Agreed.
I think that's how it would have been if one of us wasn't, like if the Avs were in the Central and maybe Dallas was in the West, and we could have potentially faced off in the Stanley Cup final, and that would have been the best series in NHL history. Yeah, that would have been so great. So yeah, I think Vegas has a good shot at making it to the Stanley Cup final, but we have no idea how good Tampa's going to fare against these other teams, or Montreal. Maybe Montreal can take them out. We just don't know how good they are. Montreal has a hot goalie, so does Vegas, so it's going to be interesting to see what goaltender is better, and who could put up the numbers, because obviously against the Avs, Vegas had a lot of defensive scoring, they had a lot of depth scoring. their top line didn't really get going until Game 4, and then they were really good for the rest of the series. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a fun rest of the season to watch for the Vegas Golden Knights. And, yeah, I think this is definitely this is definitely Vegas' best team that they've ever had, and it's not really that close either. Even though they made it to the Stanley Cup Final the first year, I still don't know how that happens. That team on paper is just not super great. But, yeah.
Okay, guys, I think next series is going to be a battle of the goaltenders. Carey Price is a hot goalie this offseason. He's the only reason Montreal's made it this far. And the same thing with the Vegas. If we didn't have Fleury, we would have been done. You saw how Leonard played in Game 1. It wasn't my favorite game.
Still a fun game that I had this series.
But it's going to be a crazy series. It's just going to be a matter of who can beat the goalie first. I think these games are going to be maybe 1 or 2 goals for one team, and that's going to be the most that I think someone's going to score, unless it comes down to like a very crazy change of events.
I think it could be the same way, but I also think it's either going to be really high scoring or really low scoring. Like this series, and this was, I kind of expected this series to be kind of high scoring for the Avs and the Golden Knights because of the incredible teams that were playing. But it turned out to be high scoring in some games. Obviously, there was 8 goals in the first game. There was 9 goals in Game 6. There was only 5 in Game 5. So, so it's not, it'll be interesting to see because obviously Montreal isn't Colorado, so I don't think Vegas is going to have too tough of a time dealing with them if they can shut down, if they can get Carey Price's confidence to go down because he is really riding on a high right now, which might propel the Montreal Canadiens to their first Stanley Cup final, I think, since they won it in 1990 something. So, yep, those are my thoughts on this next Vegas series. Now we'll kind of move on to the Avs' future here. I'll make a whole separate video about this by myself, but we'll look into the offseason for the Colorado Avalanche. There are a lot of things to look forward to and a lot of things that could be kind of stressful if we don't get players signed quickly. Like Cale Makar. Cale Makar is an RFA. I'm kind of scared if somebody's going to offer sheet him and pay him like $12 million like the Sabres or the Red Wings, So, but even if the Sabres do it, even if we can't really match the confidence, match the money, we get 4 first-round picks, and 4 first-round picks for Buffalo, that could be 4 first-round picks, or maybe top 10 picks, because I don't think Buffalo is going to be super good in 4 years. But there's lots of things that the Avs have to look forward to this summer, and lots of things that they need to get done quickly. NHL draft, the Avs are pretty sure they have the 27th overall pick, which is pretty meh for getting out in the second round, but they have a couple good players they could select at that spot. I might do some draft stuff, I might not. Obviously Vegas, once the season's over for them, they just need to find a player that can replace or sign Alex Martinez. Other than that, they have nobody to worry about. They are just fine. So, yep. You have anything else you want to talk about?
I think Colorado has a very bright future. And as a Vegas fan, I am afraid. But if Vegas still looks like they have a future for maybe 2 to 3 more years with this same team for a while.
They have their core, and it's obviously aging. And the Avs have their core that's getting older, but they're still relatively young. So the Avs have probably a 3 to 4 year window here of chances to win 2 to 3 cups. I think so. And because Nathan MacKinnon, I'm not too worried about us getting him signed because Eric Johnson's contract comes out next year. I think McKinnon's probably going to want 12-something million. He's probably going to pay a little bit less than Connor McDavid, so we'll have enough money to take care of him. So I'm not super worried about this Avs cap future. Vegas is going to be in cap trouble in a couple of years, but for now they're fine. They still have this good team, good goaltending, good 1A, 1B situation in net. So Vegas is fine for the next couple of years, and I think this is going to be really interesting to see how this fares out once we get back to normal playoff brackets. Colorado Avalanche, Vegas Golden Knights, that is your conference final prize for the next 2 years. So this is going to be a fun future for both these teams next couple years. Gavin, anything else you want to say?
I think these teams will be seeing each other in the playoffs multiple times.
Yeah, there's going to be a
growing
rivalry between us.
And hate. Very big hate already.
But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more awesome content just like this. And if you want Gavin back on the channel, make sure to hit that like button so we can bring him back. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support again. See you guys in the next video. Go Isles!